Hi, hello all, good morning. Yeah, let me unmute you all. Yeah,
Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our first class. So let us try to start. It is like a regular class only. Okay, as I told even in the demo also. Okay, let us try to continue. Yeah. So once again, welcome to Azure Data Engineering Training from Edufulness. So now today what we actually planned is the basic part and the very important thing is what we need to arrange our site. It's not knowledge actually. To practice the things, data engineering things, whatever we are discussing, what are the prerequisites? Okay. So those things we will try to discuss and I will give the clarity when to create also. Okay. Then let us try to start a discussion with the SQL actually. And if we have a time, we will see the introduction of the cloud and what cloud we are discussing, that is Azure. So in the what is the Azure and portal introduction, let us try to have actually. So here, this first week especially, how the classes will be is, so as I told in the demo also in the yesterday class, okay, uh, um, SQL is the heart of any data domain actually. You maybe have a advanced technologies like now what we are discussing like data factory, Databricks or Fabric, Synapse, anything. But core of the any topic is SQL only. So you should master the SQL to understand those concepts. And the advantage is if you know one SQL technology, other SQL technologies easily we can adapt actually. Not only that, the SQL concepts what we are seeing in this, the theoretical concepts are same even in the other domains, like in the PySpark if you take in the Databricks. Okay. Suppose there are many concepts what you are learning here, same manner it will be there. Theory is 100 to 100% is same. The only thing is syntactically there may be some changes and easily you will understand once you understand here. So that is why in the training itself, very importantly, in the starting of the training, we are discussing SQL. So the first week, we are going to discuss 70% of the time on SQL actually. Basic SQL we will complete in the first week and advanced SQL in between of our classes we will see. So the first week agenda I'm just telling here. So basic SQL we are going to see in this first week. Whether you know it or not, no worries. Try to follow the classes regularly. Definitely you will master the SQL part. No doubt. Just follow the classes and practice your side. Then remaining 30% of the time we are going to spend on Azure introduction only. So some basic concepts are there. So I am assuming you are completely new to the Azure cloud also. So that's why we are discussing a basic part. We are not actual services of the Azure we are not going to discuss. Whatever required in the Azure portal side, we will see in the first week. Okay. So this is what the first week plan actually. So let us try to understand these three first of all. One by one we will see. Okay. So hope got the clarity. And the next week onwards we will start actual concept. Of course, first week it's a actual concept only. SQL we are everything is important only. What we are seeing in the basics that is continuously we are going to reuse in many places. So that's why don't miss any classes. Okay. So that is what first of all the classes in the first week how we are going to discuss. Okay. Now come to the prerequisites, which is you have to arrange your site. Okay. So the very important thing is SQL Server. Okay. If you have your own laptop, okay, if you have your personal laptop, so it is better to install SQL Server any version There is no mandatory version, any version. And along with that, it will ask you to install SSMS. So this is the tool to efficiently use this SQL Server. So try to install these two. It's of course one only. Try to install it by tomorrow itself actually. So by 18th Feb itself, try to install it. That is very important so that you can start your practice. Okay, today we will see most of the things theoretically, which is of course very important. But by tomorrow, try to arrange this one. So to go to the YouTube and try to find out like how to install SQL Server and SSMS. Okay, so very easily you can do this task. It's not a big deal. Okay, then the very next one is Azure account is required for our practice. And don't be hurry to do this part actually. Okay, I will tell you when to create this account. So let us try to discuss all possibilities here. Azure account is mandatorily we should need. Even this you can relax. Suppose if you don't have personal laptop, you have office laptop where you are unable to install this. No worries at all actually. You try to, we will try to create that SQL server in the cloud Azure and we will do practice there itself. So this is not mandatory. If you have, you can do efficiently. That's all. The same thing you can do here also. Okay. So that's why now if you come to the account side, try to, you need a account actually. So the very important thing to create the account, you need a credit card. Okay. So try to have the credit card and don't create the account this week. Next Monday, okay, after the class only, you try to create the account. Don't create account this week. Since you have, it is only 30 days free trial, don't try to create the account. As I told, that's why in the previous slide also, most of the time we need to spend on the SQL part so that later classes will be very flexible and we will understand concepts efficiently. So that's why this week anyhow there is no use much actually. Okay, so that's why don't create the account this week. Next Monday after the class, morning class only, you try to create the account. So that 1 week you can save in your 30 days free trial. And no worries at all if you already created account for your own practice. Uh, or if you don't have any other credit card, once 30 days is free, 30 days free trial is over. So I will tell you in the day one onwards, after the account creation, after actual classes started, I will tell you actually how to manage the billing part. So you do anything, you can manage even less than 100 rupees. So that too, it is 1 or 2 weeks in your practice time. 1 week will go for free trial, 1 month will go for free. So it is not a big deal to manage also for you. So these tips we will tell you day one onwards. So no worries. Even you get ready to take the paid subscription. Okay, easily we can manage. So this is what actually prerequisite side what you need to arrange. So try to have the credit card by next Monday if you don't have. And the next Monday only we will create the account after the class. And since it is 30 days, even if you don't, even if it is expired free trial, you can happily go for the paid subscription. So my billings, even after morning and evening classes and my own experiments, my own things I am doing, I am able to manage less than 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 50 rupees like that. When I don't know, for me also it billed like anything, but that's what the right experience will make you difference. So that's what actually, this is what prerequisite side. The mandatory thing is this one and not this week. And whoever don't have personal laptop, in between of this week, I will tell you how to create this SQL server in the Azure so that you also can start practice in the cloud at least. So No worries at all. At any case, for anything, we have a better solution. So this is what try to have it actually. And by tomorrow, you try to have a SQL server in your local laptop so that you can start parallelly the practicing. So that's all. That is the prerequisite part, first section. So if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Then we will move to next part. Hello. I guess I unmuted all. Yeah. See, the thing is, I used to keep on telling to the people actually who are joining in the class, response is always matter. Okay, whether it is right or wrong. So whoever responding, whoever actively involving, always they have better chances in their career growth. You observe that. Okay. So
Certainly.
here, take this session, take these classes for practicing that at least. Right or wrong, don't bother. This is not a physical class. You are only there. Nobody will question you. Whenever silly questions are small or big, try to answer it. Think it carefully. Apply your knowledge, what you learn, then try to respond. Nothing is there. So tell me if you have really any questions, please feel free to ask.
No, Achyut.
Yeah, okay.
Good to go.
Yes. So that's good. Yeah, now let us try to go next part. So this is prerequisites. So now as I told you that we are going to see the theoretical, a simple important thing actually in the SQL side. That may be any SQL. And what we are going to discuss today, maybe 10-15 minutes, that is really even applicable after when you go to the PySpark also. So what we are discussing today, I will definitely remind you after whenever you come to the PySpark, I will definitely remind you what we discussed today actually. Because such a way that is going to apply those days in those classes also. So first of all, whoever is completely new, let us try to come from as a very simple basic we are trying to discuss. Okay, whoever already know, just have patience. This is the data we are going to store, especially in the databases. Data we are going to store in this form, right? Rows and columns. And definitely everyone definitely familiar with this type of data. So whenever list of data is there on the paper, so we will maintain like that, student list, faculty list, or anything, product list like this one, product name, product price, like that. So that in the database terminology we are calling as a table. So which is holding data actually. And that is in the form of rows and columns. So table is general name. So every table going to have some name, that is EMP. Okay, so here employee details we are going to note down. In short, we are calling as EMP. And in this, if you see, these are calling as what actually? All these are all what?
Fields or columns.
Columns. Yes, correct. Or another name, alias name, fields also you can tell. Any other name? Come on. In regular real time, people will use different alias names.
Attributes.
Exactly. That is very important. Okay. So many people will use attributes actually. If you are completely new, don't think that this is something. Attribute is nothing but one column. E-name is one column, job is one attribute, MGR is one attribute. That's all. So just let me know how many columns we have here. Come on. Silly question only. Huh? How many columns?
We have 8 columns.
8.
8 columns. So intentionally, I am asking these silly questions. Okay, so try to participate. So that's all actually. So now here, if you see, these are all what actually rows you can say. Is it or not? Or
Rows,
any other
records.
name? Records we can say. Okay. Or sometimes people will call as tuples or tuples, whatever. So this is what actually. And if you see how many rows we have in this, Total we have
13 rows.
14 rows we have. So we took a table called EMP where we have 8 columns, 14 rows. And why I am especially taking this table is this is not just a random table or random data what you have here. Okay. So this is very well organized data. Some engineering work is there in this data actually. 14 rows, 8 columns. You take any SQL concept to understand first of all what is that meaning, what it is doing actually, data wise what changes will happen, what will the output to understand any concept, that concept related instance will be there in this table. So this is Oracle by default table which is designed many years back such a way that any scenario you can bring it out actually from this table. So to understand any concept of the SQL, this is the best table to use actually. So this we are going to use in many places to understand the SQL concepts. So this is what the first of all a simple discussion about the table and its related terminology. Okay. Now your part. Suppose if you have a table, well, if you have a table, come on, tell me what are the frequently happening operations on this table? Frequently happening operations are what? Quickly.
Yeah, we can do
Insert,
DML
update,
operations.
delete, select,
Yeah, you can insert the data, yes, correct. Then
delete,
you can delete the
correct.
data, yes, existing data you can delete. Then
Modify the data.
Update.
yeah, update, yes, correct. Anything else?
Yeah, we can do
Refresh.
DDL and DML operations. One way I can say.
No, very as a layman you just tell. Don't use any technical words.
Mhm.
Select.
Yeah, select. That means search actually. Select means, right? Okay.
Yes.
You are bringing, of course,
Yeah, we
search.
can do alter.
Alter, of course, update, right? Operations
Yeah,
of the
renaming the.
table, not a structure wise. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, these are the basic operations you are going to do on the data actually. Right? Insert, delete, update, search. See, now try to answer one simple question that out of all these 4 operations, which operation you are going to perform most of the times on the data?
Select.
You are going to insert
Select.
most of the times,
Select.
delete or update or search.
Update.
Insert and search.
Insert and search, okay. Right or wrong? Think with your common sense, with your no knowledge, and tell right or wrong, don't bother. This is the good platform to participate actively in the sessions actually. Okay, yeah, come on.
Insert, update, and search.
So you mean the insert is the first priority, right? For most of the times. So most frequently happening operation. You see, take a one simple example actually. Suppose you created a Facebook account today. So when you are creating Facebook account, you will give your name, phone number, first name, last name, email ID, and different things. Okay, and then you are clicking on the button that create account. So when you are clicking on that button, what is happening actually? That one record going to insert in the Facebook data. Okay, somewhere. Please mute. Yeah. So now after that is what insertion happen. If you want to update anything, profile pic or phone number, anything, that's what update operation happening. But in a day, how many times you are logging in? So many times. Of course, it will log in automatically, but many times it is logging in actually. So whenever you log in, you are able to see in your profile basic things like your photo, name, something, some data you are able to see actually. That means every time it is going to the database, it is identifying your account record, then corresponding things it is fetching. See, one time you may be inserted and many times you may be updated or some data you may be deleted, but many times you are doing search. Search is more than 90% of the times than any other operation. Okay. 90% of the times, 95% of the time, more than that, you will do search only. Okay. So the data most of the times, operation most of the times happening is such, fetching the data from a database. Okay. So that is what actually we need to understand. Even still many, much research is happening actually on that area. Okay. So that is nothing but very, very importantly, if you see, this is the command in the SQL, most of the times you will use in your data engineering life or in the data domain. Whoever already working, you people know that. You are inserting the data hardly very less times. Insert or update or delete. Creating tables are very, very less time. But you are most of the time spending on writing the queries using the select command. So simply select is used to select the data from a database. That's all. Simple thing. Done. Okay. So that is what actually. Now this select if you take, so theoretically only we will see today. Tomorrow onwards, once you are also ready with your SQL server, we will start the practical thing. But this is very, very important. Think carefully actually. Okay. So the select clause structure if you take. Okay. So that meaning is what? Okay. Select clause structure. So we are going to have a select command followed by attributes we are telling actually. That means what actually? Just now before this slide we seen that there are some columns. So which columns you need with comma separator we are going to tell actually. Column 1, column 2 like this. Okay? Or if you need all the columns, you will mention star. So what does it mean? It is filtering the columns. Okay? What columns you need, what columns you don't need. That means you are filtering the columns that you are going to do in the select clause. Okay? Then the next one is from clause followed by select followed by from will be there. In the from clause, what you are mentioning is tables. Suppose if you take a database, in the database, you are going to have many tables actually. Student table, employee table, faculty table, attendance table, like that. Many things will be there. So out of all these tables, from which table you want the data? So that's what actually the table name you are going to mention in the from clause. So from clause is exclusively for mentioning the table name. That means in your query you are using that particular table data. That's all. So like select clause is always mentioned for mentioning the attributes. Then followed by you are going to have a where clause. So in a table, if you take some table, you are going to have many records. So suppose in a student table, we need students who got the marks more than 90. So here marks more than 90. So this is what the condition. By applying this condition, some records may not come, some records may come in the output. Whoever satisfying this condition, those are coming in the output. So summary, what you can tell actually, you are mentioning the condition. Basing on that condition, some records you are eliminating, some records you are selecting who satisfying this condition. So that condition true for these three, those three records coming in the output. That means simply you are filtering the records. So where clause is always for filtering the records. So you see sometimes people will put in the written test also a basic questions they will test. That is more than enough to mold anybody actually. So try to understand all these basic part. So where clause is for filtering the records. Then group by there is another clause, I'm talking this clause, okay? Group by clause. So group by as name implies, this is for grouping the records actually. So there are 60 students. You told that form a group basing on your grades. So all A grade students will form one group. All B grade students will form one group. all C grade. That means basing on their marks, you given the grade. Above 90 A grade, 80 to 90 B grade, like that. So basing on your grade, you performed the groups. So basing on which column you want to perform the group, that means whoever have same value. Understand? Whoever have same value will form one group. That's what, right? Whoever have A value, they form a one group. Maybe 5 students here, 7 students here, 10 students here, like that. So group by, we will deep dive. And one more thing, no worries, I'm just giving high level discussion here. Each class is going to take one or at least one class actually. Okay, maybe in this week we will see all these things. Okay, so this is just high level discussion. Now, because basing on this discussion, you are going to answer after this. Okay, then the next part, if you see, having class. So once the groups are formed, you can filter even groups also. Where clause is for filtering the records, having is for filtering the groups. Once groups are formed, you asked that take the grade which have more than 6 students. So which group have more than 6 students? This don't have, this have, and this have. That's all actually. So you are filtering the groups, that you have to keep in mind. So groups are formed because of group by clause, and then those groups you are filtering in the having clause. So that's what different filters are there. Observe that. This is broad discussion. We will deep dive everything. So that is what filtering on groups is a having clause is going to take care. Then the last one is order by clause. That is what, as name implies, data you are displaying in ascending order or descending order. Basing on a specific column, you are trying to identify ascending order or descending order. If it is a string form, in an alphabetical form is ascending or descending. Okay. If it is dates or numbers, accordingly, it will display actually. So these are the 6 basic clauses anyone should master actually. People will stuck at here and here and here. And even here also, though it's simple, but in the first week itself, we will master all these 6 clauses actually. Now in this, if you see, out of these 6, these 2 are mandatory clauses you have to use in every query. That means your data from which table you should tell, and in this table which columns you need, you should tell. So whenever you start with any query with select, you should have mandatorily these 2. And remaining all are optional. Very important. Who are completely new, try to understand. And whenever you are writing any select query, you should follow very strictly this order. Maybe some of them not exist, but order is same. You have to write first select clause only, then from clause. Then if you have where clause you have to keep. Then if you have group by, you have to keep group by. You should not keep like this. Okay, group by and followed by where clause. No. So this order you should follow very strictly. Okay, otherwise it will be syntactic error. You are not following as per syntax. That is the basic thing. First of all, we should understand. Okay, now your part, I can relax. My thing is only asking the questions. So order of evolution. So now you understand whether you know it earlier or not. Now it is not a matter. We already given some introduction and we will deep dive in the upcoming classes. Now the thing is, order of evolution means when you write a query with all these 6 clauses and that you given to the compiler to execute. When compiler is executing all these 6 classes, okay, what is the first clause it will execute? What is the second clause it will take for execution? So that order of evolution, that means execution order of these 6 clauses means like a first executing select and then where, or first it is executing order by. So that order, you have to answer it. So now I am just asking who is the first clause it is going to execute. That means compiler is going to execute. Come on, right or wrong? Think
From.
carefully basing on the meaning we discussed.
From.
So everyone telling that it is from. Any other answer possible? Hello?
Select.
Yeah, it is 100% from only. See, the overall remaining all classes working on what actually the data what you selected. That is what. First of all, order by, to do order by, you should have data actually. To perform, to create the groups, you should have data. Yes or no? To select the specific columns, you should have data. Applying a condition, you should have. So, from which table you are going to do all these things? That table data, first of all, you should have in front of you. So, yes, data now we have. So, you took corresponding table data or paper you taken in front of. Then come on after this, what may be?
Where?
Like.
Where?
Right.
Where filter?
Where? Okay. Any other answer? Come on. Any other answer?
Select.
So you are telling that in the select, so in the second after from, select is going to execute. Is it? Right or wrong? Think carefully and then you can answer.
Where?
Where? So that is always correct actually. Yes, everyone told that is correct actually. Where clause is going to execute. See, it is unnecessary that the records which are not required, you leave them immediately, you skip them immediately actually. So that's what actually immediately where clause is going to execute after from clause. That you are not carrying for further steps unnecessary data. So leave unnecessary things as soon as possible. So SQL teaching even to us also in regular life. So don't carry unnecessary things. Okay? So unnecessary records, you just eliminate them immediately. That's all. Okay? Yes, that is where clause. Then come on, next one is what?
Group by.
Group by.
Any other answer? What about others? Everyone try to tell right or wrong.
Group by only.
Yeah, it is
Group.
right.
Group by.
Group by.
So yes, it is correct. Group by is going to execute after where clause. So on the existing data, after filtering, so groups are going to form. So group by is going to apply on the remaining data. Then immediately,
Having.
Having.
yeah, that is also correct. So after groups are formed, only required groups are coming in the output. Okay. So if you have group by and followed by having. So that is what. Now after this,
Order by.
Select.
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 Order.
now you have
Select.
select and order by. Which one?
Order
Select.
by.
Select.
Select. Select.
Select. Okay. Any other answer?
Order by.
Order by. Come on.
No, select.
Why can you give justification whatever you are telling? Anyone? Why select or why order by?
Order by is just it's sorting the this one, right, data. So
Okay.
we need to select first data, then we can do
Okay.
order.
Someone told first order by. Why?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, wrong. No problem, right or wrong. That's why I'm silly questions I'm asking because to make it more active and live. Okay. It's not one-way discussion always. Okay. So yes, as most of you told that, okay, this is first it is going to execute select only.
Mhm.
See, the order by is actually the final data whenever you have that you are putting in a specific order and then returning to output. So, in the select clause, what columns is required, what columns not required, you try to select them. On top of that result, you are going to work on order by. So the final one is going to execute is order by. Once the whole data is ready, okay, then on top of this data, you are applying order by. Okay, so that's why order by is going to execute at the end. See, this order is definitely going to help you. In the SQL, you have to follow this structure, but in PySpark, you don't need to follow actually. First, you can write group by related, and then you can do order by, and then you can do where. But which is optimal order, you should have a clarity actually. That's why actually that time we will come back to this discussion. So this is best optimal actually. Data carry forwarding is what ways this order is best one. So the compiler side, this way it will handle the data processing actually. Okay. So this is what the simple select statement, theoretical discussion. Tomorrow we are going to see more about this particular select clause and we will deep dive select clause itself and each class. So each clause is going to take one class. So where is going to take more than one class, group by and having will take more than one class. And in while discussing group by, we need to understand aggregate functions that also we will see. Then we will see group by and order by and some other stuff we will see in between. That with that basic SQL we will complete. We are comfortable to start ADF. That's what 70% of the time we are spending on this. Then in future after 1 or 2 weeks, we will discuss the stored procedures, joins very importantly, window functions. So SQL side, what stuff is required, how much depth is required. We are going to discuss everything actually. Okay. So this is what simple basic. Okay. Now let us try to understand as a layman. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. If you have any doubts, yeah, Phil. Someone asking something, Nilesh?
No.
Yeah, okay. Okay, please mute better if you don't have any questions. Yeah. So now let us see, as a layman, what is the cloud? Okay. Exactly. Let us try to compare with real-time examples. Try to understand betterly. The same thing we are going to see. And today let us try to see the portal of the Azure also. We are just seeing the portal while discussing the cloud. So that's what Azure Cloud Portal we will see. So what is the cloud? Come on, tell me in your words, what is the cloud? What is the cloud?
It's a
Okay, so
data
let us
storage.
take, yeah, sorry, yeah.
It's a storage.
Oh, is it simply storage?
Mm.
Okay, no problem.
Uh,
See,
it's an online data infrastructure to provide services like storage, processing, and other kind of services, right?
yeah, somehow, yes, correct.
Storage, processing, cloud computing,
So we are
networking,
telling it is cloud. Will it exist physically somewhere or not?
No,
Yes,
virtual.
Yes.
Someone saying
Yes,
no.
it exists.
It will exist. Let us try to see one real-time example, as our regular example, so that you can compare easily. So you see, for example, I used to tell this one only because this will make you to well connect with the concept actually. Suppose in your home, you have a function and you want to arrange the food for 500 people. Okay. So come on, tell me, what are the options to prepare the food? Either you will prepare at home. So yourself preparing the food. So to make the food, to prepare the food at your home itself, what you need to do? everything you have to take care. What does it mean? You have to arrange the cook, you have to arrange the items, okay, ingredients and everything. You have to arrange the water, everything. Everything you have to arrange, and you have to monitor them, you have to help them. Then finally food is going to get prepared. Every headache you have to take care. That is one thing. Yes or no? So this is what is happening when you want to prepare a food at your home. What is the other option nowadays? Nowadays, the only option,
Catering, you
Only
can.
one way.
you can give it to catering, right? Is it or not? So now you see the catering people side. One thing is simple, you can prepare everything at your home. In that process, maybe cost is somehow less, but every headache you have to take care. And your time is spending in this one. You are not enjoying the function. Of course, right? Whatever. Now, if you come to the catering people side, if you see, catering people can able to cook 200 items, for example. 200 dishes they are able to prepare. So they have a menu card where what are all the items they can able to cook. What are all services they are able to do. And they can provide the catering people also, serving people also in the function. So like that, many services, and these also categories are there. So drinks, soft drinks, cool drinks, starters, different curries, different rice items, different other dishes actually. So category wise, you have the menu card. Now you came to these people. Assume you in your mind you have 20 items you want to serve to your guests here, and you selected these 20 items. What are all things you want? What is the quality you want? What is the quantity you want? Okay, when you want, how you want, you are just mentioning, telling to them. So they are preparing it and they are giving the food. So either this way food came to your home, or this way also you got the food at your home. Please mute everyone. Yeah. So this is what happening, right? So you see, you just come and give the order, tell what way you want, then pay the whatever way you told. So pay as you go. So for 500 people you want, such a way you want, basing on the items, you are paying the bill actually. Pay as you go. That's what, pay as you go. So what you are using, for that only you are paying. That's all. So this is what actually same thing you can relate in our life, in our IT also. Suppose there is a organization, so they have software related things. So they regularly some transactions are happening. So to maintain all these things, to maintain their business in online, what to do to actually, they should have a building. They should have their own building. You can call as on-premise. In that building, they should have a server rooms, hardware they have to prepare, softwares they have to prepare, networking they have to prepare, and people to manage this human resource they have to set up for this, all these things. Whatever required, you are arranging everything. That's what, right? Till now, this is what happened actually, right? So if you take any organization, they have their own separate rooms for maintaining all these things. Every headache you have to take care. Even power side also you have to take care. You have to maintain big backups. Storages wise you have to maintain. Anything if you take, you have to take care. That's all. That is one thing for a organization to run their business. What is another option? That is what the cloud. Like a catering. Catering people will exist physically somewhere in your town or village. Yes or no? You are not, some food is coming on time means that is not prepared somewhere virtually. Somewhere catering people also have physically exist. They have their shed or something. They have some home. There they are preparing and giving to you in on time. That's all. So cloud means it is not just in front of you. Cloud means it also will exist physically somewhere. This cloud is providing many services. Basing on cloud capacity, many services it is providing. If you are doing data engineering project, what are the tools or services required for your data engineering project? You are selecting them. What is the capacity is required? You are configuring them. Then you are using it. How much you are using, that much only you are paying. That is what actually cloud. So simply, catering is the cloud only. Cloud also will exist physically throughout the world. They have many centers. Okay. So what are the major cloud service providers? So Azure is one, which is became very famous from last 3 years, 4 years, and AWS early bought in the cloud technology, but now Azure is the dominator, and GCP another one. These are the major market share cloud technologies, and many other we have actually. So we are going to do data engineering task where actually in the Azure cloud. That's all. Now, if you see what we discussed here, exactly let us try to compare here actually. So you can see, let me share the other screen. So I'm sharing the Azure portal. Have a look if you are first time to see. So portal.azure.com, you have to use the URL. Okay. It's taking long time. Yeah, let me share other screen. In other browser, I opened it. Yeah. So here you can see, this is what the Azure portal, and this is what my account name, edufulness@gmail.com. Now you can see, don't bother whether you know it or not, even if it is completely new for you, no worries. This is the first class. We are just introducing that. So this is the homepage dashboard of the Microsoft Azure. Now, let us just compare to our discussion only. Let us stick to this discussion today. So this is what the cloud we have. That is what you can see here, portal. Now, as we discussed, if you click on the more services, these are the recent services we are using it. Okay. And recently used ones. Go to the more services like a catering people given their menu card. So once you reach them, these are all items we are able to cook. So these are all services Azure is able to provide. You can see from the top, category wise, like we discussed there, AI plus machine learning tools. Look that is there any service related to your requirement? Check it, see its documentation, and start using it. Analytics related, see our data factory is there, Databricks is there. So data lake storage one is there. So like that you can see Synapse is there. Then computation related, these are all the services category wise. Containers related, databases, you see how many databases it is serving actually. DevOps, like that. What is exactly the menu card in the catering? Exactly, these are all the services. You no need to know all of them. So you know the function type, you know what items you want to serve. So you are ordering only those things and you are telling only that much quantity quality. Here also, how much configuration basing on the service you are using, what services you required. So for example, data engineering, we need data factory, we need data bricks, we need data lake, we need logic app, we need a key vault. So 5, 6 services or 10 services, whatever is required, you are creating it and using it. Then how much you are using it? Suppose if you take SQL Server configuration, you are telling. Okay. So how much you want to use, that much you are using it. Accordingly, billing will be there. So for 500 people, if you give order, 500 people are bill only will come. So that is what first basic part of the cloud and Azure cloud. Nothing is there. Everything very slowly in the medium phase, one by one, we are going to discuss. Okay. So that's all for today. This is what planned for today actually with the basic theoretical things today. Tomorrow we will start discussing this SQL part 70% of the time as I told, and remaining 30 slowly we will introduce this portal and not the actual stuff of the data engineering, other stuff whatever is required. So like here so we are following some hierarchy, whatever be the project you are doing. So any type of project if you take, the hierarchy is common. So like that some theoretical things you should understand, of course you will apply also. We should get familiar by the time you start creating the data factory. So in the remaining 30% of the time, we are going to discuss that. Okay. So every class is really very important. First 3 weeks is the basics and very, very important. In my view, always basics are very important. On top of the basic, a simple extra feature is advanced. So nothing is there in the advance. You can understand on your own, even if you read it later. But basic, if you are clear, logically, theoretically, concept wise, anything you can understand, you can achieve it actually. Okay. So that's all for today. Tomorrow, use the same link always throughout your entire training. The whatever Zoom link you have, same link we are going to use. Okay. And as I told you also, you can attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow class also. First 3 classes are free. And I guess you guys already going through YouTube channel. Yes or no? And we already
Yes.
have, I told you in the Udemy also we have actually. So have a look how we are teaching there because a lot of free content is already available. So you can search with the name Achyut here in the Udemy search. Okay. You can find all my courses here. So these are all my, as I told you yesterday, best premium courses, bestseller, highest rated. These are all my courses only. So feedbacks are there, ratings are there, and free sample videos also course wise it will allow you. Not only that, if you come to the YouTube, you search with Edufulness name, YouTube channel is there, and 150 plus videos are already there. Data engineering related, data domain related, and data structure algorithms related. Okay. So this is more than enough to assess anybody quality wise how they are teaching. More than that, you have a free live classes actually. So on Wednesday, you can take the decision. Okay. So that's all. If you have any doubts, feel free to call or hope everyone have my number, right? So for calls, you can use this number if it is not connected, 9392 955 424. Okay. Whatever number you already have, 95670. And if you have any doubts, even now also you can ask or you can call back and we can discuss. Okay.
Hi, sir. Ram this side.
Yeah. Ram. Yeah.
Sir, just I have one question.
Yeah,
You are
please.
sharing knowledge equal to which years?
Sorry.
You are sharing knowledge. We want to add there some experience.
See, my data engineering or data domain is more than 8+ years. But whatever we are discussing here in the class, if you every day you practice, so if you do hands-on listening the classes, one thing, and after that, if you do hands-on and homework, your knowledge definitely equal to at least 3 years. On top of that, how much you will practice, that much. At
Okay,
least 3 years knowledge you are going to have exactly like a real time.
okay, yeah,
It
thank
is
you.
not just discussing concepts like if you take a ADF, there
Mm,
are some activities actually. Activity by activity, just discussing and leaving is not that actually. We will see each concept and its real-time way how you will use it, how you will, and different pros and cons, and what we face different problems in our real time. Like that, everything will go, so that you can feel the same thing and you can use it that knowledge actually.
okay,
That's
yeah,
what real-time scenarios will make you difference. Okay.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Do you have any documented course content?
Which one?
Course content, like what all are we are discussing?
What are all concepts? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just ping me, I will share that. So,
Okay.
so this is WhatsApp number. If anybody want to ping also, this is WhatsApp.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Am I audible?
yeah, you are audible, Arun.
Yeah. The one request from my side. So the thing is, like for initial class, it is fine. We are
Hmm.
starting. We today started around 10 to 11 minutes delay. That is fine. When upcoming classes, like we'll be fully sticking. Will be sticking to the technical topics. So among the people, many people are like working people also. So the office might start at 8 o'clock or 8:30.
Yeah.
When it comes to Bangalore, it will be completely rush or metro.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind,
Yeah,
we can
correct.
stick to the timing on time, sir.
See,
That
I
is
will
one
tell you.
request from my side. Yeah.
Correct. See, whatever first of all time I told 6:30 to 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
See, I used to start 6:30 by 6:25. I start the Zoom actually.
Mm-hmm.
And regular classes, I used to start by 6:30 to 2 minutes. I used to wait. Okay. That
Mm-hmm.
to this today is first class, right? We have to wait
Yeah.
at least 5 minutes. So sharp
Yeah.
6:35 I started. In
Okay.
regular classes, once batch is settled and whoever is joining it is done, maybe next week
Yeah.
onwards, 6:32 only we will start.
Okay.
1 or 2 minutes
Thanks.
only, hardly I will wait. Because
Okay.
such
Got
a
it.
way I will make the people to join the class.
Yeah. Because now, if this is very simple concept select or something like that. When
Yes.
you actually deep dive into the data
Mm-hmm.
engineering topic,
Hmm.
from the start it will be completely new.
Yes.
Correct, right? So all will be eager in watching that. If we delay 10 minutes delay, in between there might be some doubt will be happen. So it will extend next 10 to 15 minutes further. So it will delay for working people also. That is the only reason I was telling to you.
Yes. We will. The timing really you will feel that after 1 week.
Yeah, then
How
that's fine.
strictly we
Yeah,
are following the timings. Okay. No.
yeah. Then it is fine.
Even
Thanks.
I also have. I'm also working professional. So
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, many people in the group.
yes.
Yes.
See,
Where do
this
you
is
work, sir?
for freshers actually.
Okay,
So obviously, whoever is enrolling, all are
correct,
working people. Yeah, correct.
correct.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah,
Definitely, we
yeah.
are following, and of course, we will follow.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi
Yeah.
sir, Abhishek this side.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Sir, we'll be attending 1 hour of class daily morning, right? So, if we are having any doubts, you'll be clearing those doubts after this class immediately, or if we don't have enough time, then we'll have some other time on the same day to clarify the doubts.
Yes. See, the thing is, as even last question related, see, I used to stop the concept strictly either by 7:30, 7:35. Okay. And in between, also in the class, after every concept, if you observe that, I used to ask, do you have any doubts or not? That means, suppose after every concept. So, like we discussed SQL select statement, then I asked questions if you have. And after the class, around 6:30, 6:30, 7:30, 7:35, I used to stop the class. Then whoever have doubts, after the class, you can discuss in the recording itself, in the class itself. Okay. And if you have still while practicing, if you have any doubts, you can ping me in WhatsApp. You can call me also. Okay. So same day I will definitely will connect. That is what regularly happening for every batch. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
you were saying that you will be sharing the course module and documents like related to the course, right? You'll be sharing that in the WhatsApp group, or you'll ping it personally to each one.
See, we have a brochure actually. What we are discussing, we have elaborated concept wise actually. So if you want anything, that's what concept high level discussion we discussed yesterday, like curriculum of the course. And if you want to deep dive also, you can request you can just ping, you will get that brochure. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, do we have any certificate for this course? Like, we have
Yeah,
completed this.
certification wise, the good or bad, let me tell you one thing that DP 203 is the name for Azure Data Engineering Associate actually, certification one. Our course will help you to create at least 80% because certification will concentrate every corner of the concepts and our target is real time. So our course will at least will help you to crack this exam 80% of the syllabus actually. Remaining we will guide you. But the thing is, this is going to expire in this March actually. So I recently gone through the community discussion. In that I seen this story actually because they want to encourage to do certification in Fabric actually. So Fabric is understanding is not a big deal. If you know the data factory, SQL, PySpark, data lake. So exactly same environment you will see in the Fabric or in Synapse. So I guess they want to encourage, they want to do more projects in Fabric actually. So it is going to expire this exam. So you have in alternate DP 600, 700 Fabric related. That's what we also need to explore. So I already written this exam, but Fabric, since they given recently like this, so we have to see that actually. But the concepts are same there also. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Suppose if you write it before March, that is 1 year valid. So you are still certified actually. But our course may not complete by March end. Okay. So if you want anybody, we have dumps. Definitely we will provide. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So many people, I guess more than 50 plus people attempted certified actually from our trainings. Whatever I know, whatever information I have. Suppose if they told back, then I am just noting down. So around 50 plus are already passed this exam actually from our trainings. Okay. So if you have any doubts, feel free to call back to any of these numbers. Okay. And clarify your doubts. As I told you, attend tomorrow and day after tomorrow by using same Zoom link. And you will get this recording also. It will be there within 1 hour in the YouTube channel also. Have a look again. And tomorrow, let us try to meet again, same time, 6:30. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day. All the best for your bright future.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.